Hello and welcome to Georgetown, Penang. Look at this. This is a little beach here right in the city center of Georgetown, and look at this view. Look at this, guys. There's a bit of a hawker center or food court, whatever you want to call it. Let's check out what they have to offer, shall we? I want to make a food video in Penang, but this isn't it. So I'm just going to quickly go through here. Nasi goreng. This is very typical for what you'll find in Malaysia, not just here in the city. Actually, Georgetown, Penang is more Chinese Malaysian inspired, so they have more Chinese food, or Hokkien food, I should say. This seems to be more Malay though. There's Laksa, which is traditional Penang food though. This area of Penang was built by the British because the city, of course, used to be a colony, and all these buildings, these hotels, courts, colleges, they're all, not all, but a lot of them are British built, and you can actually see which one is a British building, which one isn't, just because from the style and the architecture of them. There's also a clock tower here, which we're heading towards, and a fort, which I'm not going to go inside of because I watched the Dale Phillips video, and he didn't have the nicest things to say about the fort here in Penang. But the clock tower, definitely going to see. And this building is definitely British. This right here is the city hall, and you got the state flag of Penang over there. Penang, of course, being one of the few states in Malaysia that do not have a sultan but have a chief minister instead. In front of me is Fort Cornwallis. Again, a British fort from colonial times. You can kind of see the sails of this ship over there, which is also British. I've been in Penang for a day now, and I do have to say that this city is probably my favorite in Malaysia. It's just so much more laid back. The people are friendlier. It's more diverse than any other place in Malaysia, in my opinion. And the food is absolutely outstanding. A lot of Chinese-inspired food too. There's also Little India, which we should explore in this video as well. There's so much to see and so much to do. I absolutely love it. What I also love about Penang is the nature. You see these hills over there. There's obviously a thing called Penang Hill where people live, and it's also a hiking area, but there's also a national park with some nice beaches. I'm not sure if you can swim here. This is the Strait of Malacca, which isn't necessarily known for being too swimmer friendly. It has jellyfish, it has sharks, but still very pretty. You can definitely chill on the beach. Anyway, this is Fort Cornwallis, guys. Best explored from the outside. Not going to go inside that. And the clock tower should just be on the other side of that fort. This right here is Fort Cornwallis. And oh, we can actually look inside it a little bit. That's what it looks like. Yeah, definitely not much to see. And this is the Queen Victoria Memorial Tower. Clock tower, I should say. Yeah, very pretty. It looks like a lot of British clock towers that were built in the 19th century. And if we head over this way, this is where we find the entrance to Little India. What I find fascinating about Penang is that these not so pretty high-rises and office buildings, there's another one over there, are just mixed into this beautiful cityscape with all these colonial buildings. It just doesn't really fit, but it gives the city a more rugged charm, I guess. So what do you think, guys? Do you think the Penang Malay Chamber of Commerce looks great in the grand scheme of things? Because I don't think it does. This is pretty much the parliament of Penang. And look at this street. They still have the Chinese New Year decorations up, which is great to see. And this to the right is the flag of Penang, the one with the palm tree. Let me zoom in on that. Also, if you come from KL or any other city in Malaysia, it's just noticeable how friendly the people are here in Penang. I'm not sure if it's the weather, because the weather is cooler and the sun is shining more. Not today, but usually it does. Or if it's the food, or I don't know what. Maybe the island vibes, but people are just so friendly here. Look at the buildings you find here in Penang. This isn't even the most beautiful neighborhood of the city, but the buildings are just so stunning. This is actually a museum. Look, this is the entrance area to the museum. This is what it looks like. There's a bit of a... Is this a Chinese temple? I think it is. We can definitely head up there. King Charles was here as well, with Camilla. Wow. This is Little India for you guys. You see this biryani here. A lot of stuff is in Tamil because, of course, the Indian population here in Malaysia, which is about 10%, their ancestors originate from the state of Tamil Nadu in the very south of India. Looks very vibrant with the palm trees. Kind of looks like the south of India, in my opinion. I love it. But I'm getting really hot right now. It's Very humid today. It's supposed to rain a bit later, so I'm gonna sit myself down in a cafe and cool down before I continue this little tour. But before we do that, this is a traditional Indian restaurant here in Penang in Georgetown. Look at that. That looks so cool. They have chapati, appam, whatever that is. Probably something Indian. They have Bad Bunny playing, which is maybe not very Indian, but still cool. And there's a Chinese temple here, a Taoist temple, which I always love exploring. They look so cool. No traffic lights, but in Malaysia you don't need them. You just cross whenever you want. There's two doggos. Look at that. How cute. And that's the temple. Alright, we've made it to a famous coffee shop called The Alley. Let's head inside, let's pick up some coffee and have it here. Oh my god, there's a cat. Hello. So on this channel we always interview cats. Can we interview you? No. Okay. Good night. Alright, sitting here with my almost finished caramel latte, sorry, at The Alley Cafe. And I mean, this cat, it's just so cute. I can't get over it. A second cat just joined in. Hello. No, don't run away. Look at that, guys. We have a standoff between a dog and a cat. Oh, both have run away. The lady scared them away. That's so funny. Alright, it's time to head out. This seems to be an Indian temple. Look at this. It looks so cool. A small one, but very nice. I also love that these heritage buildings are home to so many nice cafes and restaurants. They're obviously a bit higher end, but it's still worth it. And it's still much cheaper than it would be if this was the West. Because it's still Malaysia, and Malaysia is kind of cheap. Let's cross the road and head back into Little India and then into Lebu Armenian, which has the famous Penang street art. Look at these sari stores. I love Little India here in Penang, and I love everything Indian in Malaysia. I think Indian people here are just so nice, so friendly, so welcoming. I celebrated Thaipusam in the Batu Caves, and the Indian community welcomed me with open arms. I got so many nice comments under the video, and I'm just in love with the Indian community here in Malaysia. They're awesome people. Look at that, guys. This is the central fire station here in Penang, and there's a plane taking off. That fire station looks like something out of a Wes Anderson movie. You know, it's an Instagram account called Accidentally Wes Anderson, and this is the type of stuff that they feature. And look at this cool mechanic shop. Wow, traffic seems to be a bit rough today, but I do have to say traffic here is so much better than it is in KL or in Johor Bahru. You do get the occasional traffic jam here, but all in all, I don't hate the traffic here at all. I think it's pretty decent for how narrow the streets are. Look at this, there is some street art and also a call to prayer from the mosque. Let's head to the famous street art of Ernest Sakarevich here in Georgetown, Penang. Of course, the famous bicycle. Maybe I should take back what I said about the traffic here. It's rush hour though, and it's single file. So of course it's going to take a bit longer to get through this. This right here is the Jati food court, and more like a hawker center. Offers a lot of great food stalls, actually quite decently priced, I would say. And then in the evening people come here to have some beer. There's a stage here, sometimes there is some singing or dancing, so it's really, really cool. And here you can have your durian ice cream fix. And while I personally don't really enjoy the smell of durian, I would try it on the channel. Here in the central part of Penang, they offer these tours on a bicycle rickshaw. That's how I would call it. You also find these a lot in Malacca. And this is the entrance to Chu Jetty, which is basically a neighborhood constructed on stilts by the water. And here's a Taoist temple. It's so incredibly busy here today. But look at this amazing view of, Georgetown. Nothing else can be seen from here, but still. Actually, Butterworth on the other side of this river or strait, or whatever you want to call this, can be seen from the end of the jetties, but it's just too busy. And I'm going to head back and go towards the street art. Talking about street art, look at this one. I'm very surprised that people actually live here. These aren't just businesses, but these are actual homes of people. And these families, I'm sure they've been living here for centuries. In fact, this is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Pretty cool, right? How cute are these bags? Am I right? Look at these cats on that one. These are tote bags with a print of Penang. Hello. And look at that. I'm not sure what this is. Some root or vegetable. Not entirely sure. Look at that Mercedes over here. Wow. I actually just picked up a passion fruit juice, a fresh one. There's some street art around here, like this warlord monkey, or that cat over here, which I find very, very cute. Actually, I think this one is one of the main paintings in Penang that the city is famous for. But look at the crowd of people. Guess why they're here? That's why. There you have the main piece of art here in the city. And of course, everybody's trying to take a picture with it. I was actually here around midnight last night, and there was nobody there. So the master tip, if you want to get a quick photo, is to come after sunset. Actually, not just after sunset, when everybody's asleep, because then you're just not gonna encounter any people. But this minion is, yeah, that's interesting. And there's Spider-Man. And there's some more street art over there. Look at that. All these streets are so photogenic. Here's Batman, wow. All the heroes. And then over there is a big mosque. Of course, like in every other place in Malaysia, you got 3 religions in one. You got the Malays, you got the Taoists, or the Chinese, well, the Hokkien people, I should say. And you got the Indians. A melting pot like all of the country. Look at that street art. And a little kid taking a photo with it. The last thing I want to do in this video is show you guys my accommodation. And I am staying at Treasure Hunter at Heritage Georgetown. It's very close to this tower over here, the tallest building in all of Penang, which is called Komtar. It actually doesn't really fit into the cityscape in my opinion, but I'm staying in a very nice heritage building. Let me show you guys. Look at this, guys. They have double-decker buses like in the UK. Can you tell this used to be a British colony? I think you can. I would not be surprised if these buses were supplied by the same company that produces the London buses. I can imagine that. I'm not sure though. This is the neighborhood that I'm staying in, and it's just so pretty. These houses and Komtar Tower just above them. This could be a thumbnail actually. That looks pretty cool. And these buildings here are completely pink. Very interesting. This is Kimberley Street, by the way, and in the evening there is a night market here. That's the food market. It's actually already open because it's about 5 p.m. Actually 5:30, so some people are already coming out for dinner. And my accommodation is just here to the left. As you can see, there's a coffee machine. This is for all the rooms in this accommodation. There's actually 4 rooms here. This is Diamond. Then this over here is Jade. This here is Crystal, and I'm staying in the gold room. Alright guys, let me show you this accommodation which cost me 150 or maybe 160 ringgit, which I think is a great price. This is the view though. While we don't really get a nice view, I mean we do, we have a sunset and we have the Komtar Tower. There's also no real noise coming from that backyard, so that's really good because the Kimberley Street is a pretty noisy place. And then we have my unmade bed here. Somebody commented on my KL video being like, oh, you're such a bad housekeeper, you should make your bed I'm sorry, guys. I'm just not doing that in the morning. I have other things to worry about. We have a smart TV over here. We have a desk, a chair. There's a mini fridge. They did not provide any water, unfortunately. But the big draw of this place is the location. So that's why I'm paying that money. It's more than I paid in KL for my beautiful apartment there. And this is some art over here. There's some more art. And then this is the bathroom with a bog, a sink, and a shower. So all in all, not bad. Value for money wise, it is a bit expensive for Malaysian standards, but you know, Penang is more expensive in terms of accommodation than KL even. The only real issue for me is that these shutters don't really allow any sunlight in, so when they're closed, it's like this, and then it's really hard to get up in the morning. But with that, I think this is where I'm going to end the video, and I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please leave a like. If you didn't enjoy, please leave a dislike. Also, comment if you want. I try to respond to every comment, especially in the first 24 hours. I watch my comments like a hawk. And also, subscribe. That's always good, huh? Anyway, I'll see you all very, very soon for the next one here in Penang, Malaysia. Bye for now.